The only thing worse than somebody else trying to hold you to your past is you trying to hold yourself to your past, the past version of your personality, the past character traits and behaviors that the Most High is trying to move you away from, the past stories of your pain and all of the reasons that you've given yourself why you are the way you are, why you're operating the way that you're operating. You have to become disloyal to that version of yourself to become unapologetically loyal to the person who you're trying to become, which is a return to your natural design. Everything else has been dysfunction. At some point in time, there was something that polluted the waters, that polluted your life and caused you to flow in dysfunction outside of Yah's design. But to move back to that original design, you have to become fiercely loyal to that process of being renewed. You have to become fiercely loyal to this new person that you are becoming, who is really the original person. The Most High doesn't just desire us to become some person who he envisions us to be. The Most High created everything in his creation with a design. When he created a tree, he didn't desire that trees bear fruit. He designed it to bear fruit. So it's in its DNA. It's in its nature to bear fruit. And the only time that it doesn't is when something in its environment defiles it and causes it to operate in a different way and become dysfunctional and not do what it was designed to do. And that's what happens with us. We are cultivated away from our design by our environment, or we simply rebel from the design for our own, whatever's in our own heart and reasons, right? So we have to move back to the design that the Most High has for us, and that requires us to rebel against the dysfunction, to not be loyal to the dysfunction and the familiarity of that dysfunction, because dysfunction becomes very familiar to us, right? It becomes natural to us. It becomes a whole environment to us. So we have to become fiercely and unapologetically loyal to the design that Yah has called us to be, and leave everything else behind. And it's like it's as if sometimes in the beginning, as if you're fighting. If you ever been in a fight with a person or in a relationship and you're separating, and just the battle between the two people, it's the same type of battle sometimes within yourself to overcome that dysfunction. And it's almost like two of you inside of your head and you're fighting the old you, and the old you is trying to cling to, trying to grab onto the you that sees, part of you sees that it's being left behind by that part of you that's trying to move forward. And that flesh, that part of you will try to cling and say, no, don't let me go. Don't you remember me? I've been here with you this whole time. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to divorce yourself from that part of you, that old man, that old person, right? Those old things, that old story, those old sob stories that try to make you feel guilty and shame. You got to let go of all of that so that you can push forward and become free, become this new person that you may not be familiar with, but that you need to become familiar with, and that you will grow in. And know that even though the dysfunction feels overwhelming because it's become so much a part of your way of thinking and operating and relating, but if you are chosen of the Most High Yah, his design is stronger than the dysfunction, because the design came first, right? It takes a lot to get something to become dysfunctional. The design came first, and the natural design is stronger than the dysfunction. So you will begin to go back to your natural design if you just trust the process. Trust the process, and you will start to see the beauty unfold of who you've been designed to be, who you've been called to be, right? But you have to become disloyal to that dysfunction. Divorce the old you, divorce the old stories, and allow the journey to unfold into the beauty that the Most High is calling you to. Divorce the fear. Divorce the fear that's causing you to not move forward. Divorce it all. Move forward and trust the process, and the Most High will empower you through it, because he's calling you to be able to walk in that newness. That's a newness for you, but it's what he saw and knew from the beginning, because he designed it. He designed you. Hallelujah. Go walk through the valley of the shadow of death and fear no evil, because the Most High is with you on this journey, and he will fight the battles for you, and you will overcome. Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom.